Good evening, how are you? It's Saturday, it's the 11th, and it really is the 11th today. And that's a comment for those of you who've watched BOBCAST right from the beginning. When I think on the 4th of April, I got the date wrong. So I'm tempted to say it's the 4th of April today, which means you've still got another couple of days of the tax year to go, but it's not, it's actually the 11th. Legs 11, as we used to say in bingo. And I won't do all the bingo jokes, but it's nice to be with you, and it's good to be here. It's BOBCAST, by the way, and I'm delighted to welcome you. Nice. So it's been an interesting day, very interesting day. Yes, my, do you know, I've just realised I've got my different glasses on, and I can't read my script. Did you know that some of this is scripted? Some of this is actually planned. But not all of it, and not as well, because this is daft. I'm going to have to change the glasses. But hey, that's better. But there's a reflection. But you'll have to just put up with the reflection for a little bit. But hey, there we are. Right, I've got to be a bit careful today because my daughter asked me if she could have a spider for Easter. And I thought, yeah, okay. So I went to the pet shop and said, can I have a spider for my daughter, please? He said, certainly, sir, they're 50 quid. And I said, whoa, I can get that cheaper on the web, you know. So my day's been pretty good so far. Well, it can't be so far because it's almost finished. By the way, statistically, 6 out of 7 dwarfs are not happy. My day's been good. Where I was down in church this morning, had a fab time, did some recording, which was really nice, and it's quite difficult doing services without anybody else there. It's really odd. It feels bizarre. Anyhow, we recorded for Easter morning, so if you want to go on the website. I know 1 or 2 people are having some issues with the website because of the banner across the top. Dead easy. Listen and watch it on your phone because it's geared for the phone, and we're going to work on that and see if we can get it sorted out. So, by the way, my girlfriend thinks I'm a stalker. Well, actually, I'm not actually. She's not actually my girlfriend yet. So, can I say thank you to Richard? Richard has sent me a huge number of jokes. Can I also say to Richard, 99% of these I can't say live on a BOBCAST, which is a bit of a shame. But some of them I can. I went up to Sainsbury's this afternoon. So Sainsbury's, that's been a real excitement for me because I haven't been in a supermarket for 2.5 weeks. About nearly 3 weeks. I think it's probably 3 weeks since I've been shopping in any form whatsoever. So I went off to Sainsbury's and a lot of social distancing going on, which is pleased to see. It was quiet when I got there, but it was quite odd. It was quite an odd experience. It made me wonder what a sort of, a supermarket in a sort of not so friendly country would be like, because there was no music and people were sort of drifting around, and it was bizarre, to be frank. It was really odd, and you felt you wanted to sort of get out as quickly as you can. Anyhow, I went in to get some essential items and managed to spend quite a lot of money on essential items that I didn't know I needed. So to the Sainsbury's pension fund, my contribution has got there today. But it was interesting. It was nice to meet 1 or 2 people as well and have some conversations. Socially distancing, of course, so important. So very, very important. Those of you who are wondering about my friend who's taken poorly, she's getting a bit better. She doesn't have the coronavirus. She has a really bad chest infection. So not so good, but better, I think, probably than the coronavirus. So now, as I came out of Sainsbury's, I thought, I better get some money. So I went and stood, 6 feet behind the person in front of me at the ATM. And this lovely old lady turned around and said, excuse me, Bob, could you help me check my balance? So I pushed her and she fell over. Yes. It's funny how things just go out of hand. Do you know, I've got to have a real moan. My next door neighbour knocked on my door at 2:30 this morning. 2:30. Fortunately, I was still up playing my bagpipes, so it was okay. But 2:30 in the morning, that's a bit rich. So after coming back and sorting out all the bits and having a pray and doing those things that you do on this Holy Saturday, this day of desolation in a way, we've had Good Friday, and the disciples didn't know what was going to happen on Easter Day tomorrow, this sort of desert time. And I think a lot of us have found we quite often live in a desert time and suddenly resurrection comes. But it's a challenging day. Came home and Pat was cutting the dog. Not literally, slicing it. Although I have to say Daisy did shed a bit of blood. But Isla, because we were worried about Isla, you may remember, she's snoring, but she's looking lovely because Pat decided to give her a trim. And I was then roped in to help. So Isla was on my knee and Pat was trimming around her paws and snip, 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 and using specialist doggy nail clippers to clip her nails. But I can now give you a piece of advice. This sounds awful because it sounds dreadful, but if you're like me and are very privileged and have one or maybe a few more cashmere sweaters, do not wear a nice cashmere sweater when there's a dog having its fur cut on your knee. Just telling you that. It was my decision to keep wearing it, and we'll have to see what happens. So anyhow, I start a new job in Seoul next week. I think it might be a good career move. So the dogs were trimmed, and that was all good. Bit of lunch, and then the weather was lovely. So I had to make a couple of calls. So I sat in the garden, made a couple of calls, which were nice, and then got the big chairs out. But 2:45, sat down, and obviously the world stopped because I have no idea what happened between then and 4:50. Except a bit of sun. It was lovely. It was really nice. Warm. Vitamin D on draft, as they say. It was really good stuff. So then the trip to Sainsbury's, and then a bit of Modern Family. We had a St Andrew's tart. No, stop thinking that. We had a St Andrew's tart for tea because somebody had given us some leeks, someone had given us some eggs. Grace had brought us some flour, and we made this tart, leek and egg and Gruyere cheese. Oh, it was fabulous. It was really nice. By the way, when I came back from Sainsbury's, I saw an RAC man, and he was just parked on the side of the road crying. I thought, oh, poor soul, you're obviously heading to a breakdown. So, what else? Well, we're heading towards Easter, and this is very, very odd because normally on Holy Saturday, I've been down at church setting up. Before I came here, when I lived in Herefordshire, I'd be setting the alarm for 4 a.m. as we prepared for our 5:30 lighting of the fire and service followed by breakfast. But here it's an 8 o'clock start. It was quite easy. But tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll join in on the website, and there's a good communion service there, which Grace will celebrate the Eucharist, and you can see that. There's a cracking sermon. I can't remember who did that, but a really good bloke did the sermon. And then I'll maybe sort of a website hop and see who else is doing what. So to all my colleagues, wherever you are, who are doing stuff tomorrow, then thinking of you. And yeah, but it's interesting. We did eat part of our Easter egg tonight. I was a bit disappointed because Easter eggs weren't reduced in Sainsbury's or Lidl or other places are available. So I had to pay full price for this Cadbury's one with 3 caramel bars in it. You don't get my size by only eating one Easter egg at a time. Come on, be sensible. For goodness sake, it's really, really important. So there we are. Yesterday I was talking about pouring out of God's love, and tomorrow morning we see why that was, why God poured out his love for us on the cross. And tomorrow we'll see the stone roll away, and we'll hear the story of Mary Magdalene rushing to the tomb before daybreak and seeing the risen Lord. Also, it's Passover. Also, it's Ramadan. So there's so many things going on. Such an important part. By the way, do you know that someone's been stealing knitting needles in Kelso? Dreadful. Yeah, there have been 7 or 8 break-ins. The police believe that someone's following a particular pattern. I'm talking of that, and this is quite seriously, there's been a few door handles tried around as well. So some people are getting quite desperate. So just make sure you lock up, please, and keep nice and tight. And when I was in Sainsbury's, I bought some rocket salad, but it went off before I could eat it. Anyhow, there we go. Oh gosh, that's 10 minutes. Yeah, we've done it. We've crashed through another Bobcast. So tonight, on this holy night, I pray that you will all find some peace and that you'll all find comfort. I remember those who are in hospital, those who are caring for them, praying for those people who are running our services in this room, electricity, air, sewerage, all those things. Thank you. People who make the TV work, the radio work, internet, all those things we take for granted until they're not there. Sun cream manufacturers, and I shall be remembering to put some on tomorrow. Just looking at this, thinking, that's a bit red. But those of you who know me, or know that I always go red before I go brown. So take care. God bless you. Remember how special you are. Easter, of course, brings memories of those we've loved. Past times, good times, bad times, sad times. If you've thrown stuff away this year, if you've just been able to deal with things and thrown it out, then just that is good, because that's what Easter's about. It's about Jesus coming to fulfill and just remind each of us how much he loves us and how special we are, because you are. So, let us pray. Watch thou, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight, and give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ. Rest your weary ones. Bless and hold your dying ones. Soothe your suffering ones. Pity your afflicted ones. And all for your name's sake, will you shield your joyous ones. Because it's okay to be joyous as well. So to all the gifts, to the people who left cakes on the rectory doorstep, thank you. And for the gifts that we all share, let us give thanks this night, this holy night, and as we prepare for Easter morning, with the joy, with the excitement, and with the new life that it brings. God bless you. Sleep tight. See you tomorrow. Bye.